What's up, my comic comrades? That's right, today we are finally talking about the three Jokers. For the past 2 years now, a bunch of you have been tweeting to me, commenting on variant videos, and so on and so forth, asking about the three Jokers. But we couldn't do that because issue 1 wasn't out yet. But guess what? It's finally out, so of course we're here to break down issue 1. Plus, I think everyone is well aware I'm a massive Batman fan, so I've been extremely hyped for this series because of what it's about, but also because it's written by Geoff Johns and drawn by Jason Fabok. And let me tell you, they did not disappoint, which isn't surprising. Geoff Johns is an amazing writer, and Fabok is a fantastic artist. He's easily become one of my favorite artists in recent years. But in any case, let's get into it and finally see what Three Jokers is all about, and if there really is three Jokers. I will say though, this is a massive, oversized first issue. It's 48 pages of actual comic book story, so this is definitely just going to be a summary of the issue, giving you all the major beats and most relevant plot points. But with that said, the long awaited for Three Jokers. The comic starts off with Batman crashing his Batmobile into his father's tombstone that resides in the graveyard in front of Wayne Manor. We then see Batman get out of the Batmobile bloody and hurt, making his way to his house. The caption says, "Time heals all wounds if they don't kill you first." We are then given fantastic art showing us several trophies in the Batcave as Alfred helps Batman make his way down. Alfred then puts Bruce on a table and starts cutting off his batsuit. And while stitching him up, Alfred asks, "What was it this time?" Bruce responds, "An umbrella," as we get awesome shots of seeing all the scars Batman has acquired over his career as the Dark Knight. As Bruce is continuing to be stitched up by Alfred, we see him start thinking about that night his parents were murdered in Crime Alley, getting yet another depiction of Batman's origin, this time by Geoff Johns and Jason Fabok. Right after Alfred gets Bruce all stitched up, they both see on the back computer that the Joker has killed several of the last members of the Moxon crime family. For those of you who are unaware, the Moxon family are credited for orchestrating the murders of Thomas and Martha Wayne, even though Joe Chill confessed in court that he acted alone. Then before the next page, on the last panel, we get a caption saying, "1. The criminal." We are then taken to Barbara Gordon working out at a gym on a treadmill. While working out, she was watching TV where there's yet another news report saying, "We're back with tragic news out of the upscale Gotham suburbs of Somerset. The brutal murder of beloved comedian Kalani Apaka by the Joker was streamed live tonight from the victim's home." This of course pisses Barbara off, causing her to run so fast she broke the treadmill and heads to the shower. While showering, this latest occurrence of the Joker brings back memories of the time he shot and paralyzed her. And on the last panel of this page, we get a caption saying, "2. The comedian." We are then taken to a graveyard where the Red Hood is beating the ever-loving crap out of Joker thugs. And while he's doing so, he's listening to the news in his helmet. The anchor is saying, "Not sure what to think right now, folks, but there has been a third sighting of the Joker tonight. Security cameras captured the recent Arkham Asylum escapee at Ace Chemical, contradicting previous eyewitness reports. Details of what occurred at the chemical facility are being kept under wraps, but sources say bodies have been discovered." At this point, the Joker thugs get the upper hand on Red Hood and his helmet comes flying off, at which point they all start to dogpile him. Jason then starts envisioning the time the Joker was beating him with a crowbar, but of course he gets back up and beats the crap out of the thugs. And as he goes to leave the graveyard and pick up his helmet, the last panel of this page has a caption saying, "3. The clown." So clearly that's the persona of the three Jokers: the criminal, the comedian, and the clown. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. The comic then takes us to Ace Chemicals, where we see the Joker dressed up three people like the original Red Hood, Jokerized them, and killed them. And while Harvey Bullock pulls off one of their helmets, he says, "What the hell is going on, Jimbo? Ain't no way the Joker could have taken out the Moxon family, killed a comic in Somerset, and poisoned these poor bastards here at the same time. He'd have to be in 3 places at once." And Jim replies, "He's obviously working with 2 imposters, Bullock." Jim then turns around and says, "3 crime scenes, 3 Jokers. What's it all mean, Batman? Hopefully you could shed some light on this insanity," as Batman steps out of the shadows. Harvey's like, "Yeah, we got bets on which crime was done by the real Joker." Batman then starts looking at the bodies saying, "Fingerprints have been burned off by the chemicals that bleach their skin. Those same chemicals will corrupt any DNA testing done. And nerve damage to their facial muscles have broken their jaws into smiles, making matching dental records nearly impossible. Like the Joker, they're unidentifiable." Harvey asks, "So what now, Bats?" Batman replies, "Yes, you're probably right." Harvey says, "Right, about what?" Batman replies, "They were most likely homeless. 3 men chosen to represent the 3 men who were here that night. He's leaving us a clue, or he's trying to distract us." And Harvey tells Jim, "Yep, I think old Batman is finally cracking up." So Jim asks Batman, "Who are you talking to?" And a voice from above says, "He's talking to me, Commissioner. This is where he fell, isn't it? This is where the Joker was born." As Batgirl looks on from above at an empty vat of chemicals. Batman and Batgirl start discussing that an empty vat of Ace Chemicals and a missing tanker means that the Joker has taken the chemicals somewhere. And as they all continue to talk to one another, a victim wakes up saying, "Help me." So they throw him into an ambulance and Batman and Batgirl escort the ambulance to the hospital before they head to the next crime scene. But But on the way to the hospital, we see that one of the EMTs inside of the ambulance starts choking the victim. And on the next page turn, we see it's the Red Hood saying, "You're gonna tell me everything you heard or I'll find a way to stop you from laughing." What did the Joker say before he bleached your ass? Obviously, Batman and Batgirl notice something is wrong inside of the ambulance, so Batman puts the Batmobile on autopilot. He then kicks the doors in on the ambulance, only to find out it's the Red Hood, where he asks, "What the hell are you doing, Hood?" And he replies, "Getting information." Batman says, "By attacking victims? He's been poisoned by the Joker. You get his heart rate up any higher and he'll go into cardiac arrest. Let him go. Now, Hood." The comic then takes us to a rainy highway where a tanker truck is speeding down the road and runs over a raccoon. And we soon see it's the Joker in an Ace Chemicals truck with the chemicals he stole earlier. The Joker then turns off the highway down an abandoned road into the forest to a secret hideout, where he gets out of the truck and says, "What a life." The Joker then goes up to a cabin in the woods and knocks on the door saying, "I brought some roadkill home to grill." And then from the inside, a Joker wearing the Killing Joke outfit answers the door saying, "On a related note, do you need a bike?" And then the Joker who knocked on the door says, "You've heard that one." And the Killing Joke Joker says, "Heard it, I wrote it." The Killing Joke looking Joker then says, "Now who's taking credit for things they didn't do?" My greatest act of madness thus far, but nothing compared to what's next for us. Come on in, hear what the boss has cooking up. The Trucker Joker replies, he thinks he's the boss, and the Killing Joke Joker says, "Well, one of us has to be." Things are getting crazy. We are then taken back to the Joker victim that Jason attacked earlier, where Batman is giving an antidote out of his utility belt that will nullify the toxin, saying, "I'm administrating him a second dose to get his heart rate down." The victim says while laughing, "Thank you," and Batman replies, "I'm sorry this happened." Outside of the ambulance, Batgirl is yelling at Jason saying, "What the hell were you thinking?" And he says, "I was thinking I should find the Joker before he kills anyone else." And Barbara replies by interrogating one of his victims. Jason then says, "Victims, intel from the Joker thugs told me the men Joker picked up and juiced at Ace Chemicals are from a halfway house. That victim in there, he has a rap sheet that included domestic assault against his own kid. He's lucky I didn't throw him out the ambulance." And this, my friends, is one of the many reasons I love Jason Todd / Red Hood. 0 F's given. Batman then walks up to Jason and Barbara saying, "Tonight has verified what we both have already suspected since his escape. He's not working alone, so we can't either." We then get a panel where the two Jokers from earlier are saying to someone off panel, "We have the chemicals and we had some fun. What's next?" And the voice replies, "What do we do next? We do what we always do. We try to make a better Joker." As we see another Joker sitting at a table with a book open talking to these two Jokers. The Joker, aka the Boss Joker, continues to say, "One of you will set up the factory while the other helps me with our casting call." It's time the Joker had more meaning. He then assigns each to a task and tells one of them, "Come with me and draw the baths." Is the Joker stealing Ace Chemicals just to create more Jokers? What is happening? And if so, how do they all have the same memories as him? No clue yet. And spoiler, we don't learn anything else by the end of the issue. Anyway, let's continue. On the next page, Batman, Red Hood, and Batgirl are headed to the Gotham Aquarium. They're headed there because the Red Hood got intel from one of the Joker thugs from earlier, which leads them there. As they walk inside, Batman lights up the bat symbol on his chest, using it as a flashlight. So not only is the yellow oval bat symbol on his chest a target for thugs to shoot at, as explained to us in the Dark Knight Returns storyline, apparently it's also a flashlight. As the three continue to walk inside the aquarium, Red Hood says, "About these three Jokers, you both can see what's really going on, can't you? How many times has someone been Jokerized and driven mad? This isn't any different." Batman says, "You're talking about men and women who were dosed with a vicious toxin and lost control of themselves. From the evidence collected so far, these three Jokers tonight were very much in control. They seem to have motives even if they aren't clear yet." Red Hood responds, "What's clear is that new bat light is going to alert anyone in here to us." Batman, while looking at a Joker fish inside of the aquarium, says, "Don't assume what we're up against tonight is like anything else we've seen before." As a huge Joker-eye shark comes up to the aquarium glass. This is so terrifyingly awesome. I need like a statue or figure of this. It's just really cool. Jason then flips up his helmet looking at the shark saying, "Yep, that's new." Then Red Hood speaks up saying, "My helmet is registering multiple security doors opening across the facility. We have company heading our way." And when they turn around, they see a bunch of Joker thugs led by Gaggy, who the Joker once called his court jester. That's right, friends. As longtime Batman fans know, Gaggy is the Joker's original sidekick, who we haven't seen in a very long time. But he's reappearing here, and it's awesome. Anyway, this all leads to an epic fight with Batman, Red Hood, and Batgirl against the Joker thugs, with it ultimately ending with Red Hood shooting the aquarium glass so the shark can break through and eat Gaggy whole. Yeah. That happens. Red Hood then just looks at the shark saying, "Well, I guess Gaggy's spectacular return wasn't meant to be." Batman says he might have known where else the chemicals are being stored. And Batgirl replies, "Where else? The clown's special sauce is swirling down the drain, guys. Whatever the Joker had planned here is over." Batman says, "No, it's not. That fish tank wasn't large enough to hold the entirety of the stolen chemicals." And through the green smoke, a voice says, "Right you are, Batman," as the Joker comes jumping out saying, "And speaking of fish, why did Batman and Robin quit going fishing together?" Robin kept eating all the worms, as he throws a bowl of piranha Joker fish at them. But Batman then comes in with a huge left hook, knocking him back, at which point Batgirl grabs him by the shirt and throws him through glass. And as they're looking at Joker laying on the ground, Batgirl says, "That's him, isn't it? That's the Joker." Batman replies, "The laugh, the look, the smiling fish." And Batgirl replies, "You're not answering my question. You know him better than any of us. He's changed his appearance over the years. His MO is as straight as a river. But that's him, right?" And Batman never answers. Jason then gets up and starts kicking the hell out of the Joker, saying, "Bastard," while Batgirl tries to stop him. Batman then calls Jim, saying, "We've captured one of the Jokers." Gordon says, "Good, I think we've just cornered number 2 at 17 and Broadway." The Dark Knight says, "I'll be right there." Batgirl's like, "Where are you going?" And he replies, "To get another one. Secure him and wait for the Arkham transport, and make sure you do a search. He's always got something up his sleeve." They do the search, and raising playing cards come falling out of his sleeves. As they wait for the Arkham transport, they have the Joker tied to a chair, and Jason says he sounds the same, but he looks a little different than the last time. Barbara asks how, and he says thinner, I think. I don't know. We've never known his real name or where he came from, so how are we supposed to know if this one is really him? What if there's always been more than one? I mean, he hasn't used Gaggy in years. While they're talking, the Joker then sprays acid from the flower on his jacket, while saying, "Those are classics, aren't they? I'm the one true Joker, and I can prove it." The Joker then goes on to say, "Have you ever wondered why he uses my former moniker? Who in their right mind would take on the identity of their killer? Am I right?" And Jason responds, "I took it because I'm owning what you did to me. You made me into this. I'll be your destruction." Joker responds, "Oh, brave little boy, you frighten me," while laughing. Jason then raises a gun to the Joker's face, and Batgirl says, "Batman wouldn't do this. Please put the gun down." While the Joker says, "Oh, you're absolutely right. He wouldn't. But Batman isn't here, my darling." Jason then says to the Joker, "You didn't kill me. You only made me stronger." Joker replies, "Yes, you crawled from that shallow grave I left you in. You lived on to fight another day. Hoorah, you survived because of your tenacity." Or maybe I beat you to a bloody mess. I took you right to the edge because I wanted to leave you alive. I mean, if I outright kill you, well then there's no more opportunity to hurt you. And in turn, him. Because he is all that matters. Not you, never you. This writing is so good. The Joker continues taunting Jason, saying, "Do you recall what you said to me while I was breaking your head in with a crowbar? As your blood streamed into your eyes and your skull cracked." Jason says, "Shut up." Then the Joker continues saying, "Because I cherish those words. I always cherish them. You were saying, 'Please stop, please. If you let me live, I'll do anything. I'll be your Robin.'" As Jason is getting angrier, Barbara's trying to talk him down, saying, "Put the gun down, put it down, Jason." But then the Joker continues to say, "And look at you now, my little red hood, shooting up people and making Batman's life miserable. You are my Robin." This causes Jason to have horrible flashbacks of the night Joker was beating him and killed him. And with tears in his eyes, Jason pulls the trigger, but just as he does, Batgirl throws a batarang at the gun in hopes to deflect the shot. But on the next page, we see it didn't work as the bullet goes right through the Joker's head, killing him once and for all. With Jason finally getting his revenge as the Joker's corpse now falls to the ground with playing cards flying everywhere. Batgirl then says, "What the hell did you do?" And he says, "I ended it." She's like, "No." And he says, "Don't tell me you didn't want to do this after everything he did to you." As she stares at the batarang stuck in the wall while also looking at Joker's blood at her feet. She then looks at Red Hood and says, "Screw you, Jason," and walks out. As she walks out, Jason looks at the Joker's body just saying, "Man, I hope that's the right one," as the comic ends. This first issue was insane. Jason finally got his revenge on the Joker and literally shot him through the head. Now, obviously at this point in time, we don't know if this is in fact the real Joker or if there has always been 3 Jokers. The comic leads us to believe that maybe 3 Jokers have always existed, or maybe the one true Joker is just making new versions of himself and somehow implanting all of his memories in them. Again, we don't know. But one thing is for sure, the story is off to a fantastic start. All the tension and setup is amazing in this first issue. The fact that we see the Joker taunting and tormenting Jason so much that it brings back all those memories and torment from Death in the Family, that he finally puts a bullet through his head, is nuts. Again, you guys know I'm a massive Batman fan, I'm a massive Red Hood fan, and I'm a massive Joker fan, so this issue is hitting on all cylinders for me. The 2 allies that Jeff Johns picked for this Batman story are fantastic, as they're the 2 allies that have been through the most with the Joker. You have Jason Todd, who was killed by the Joker in Death of the Family, and Barbara Gordon, who was paralyzed by the Joker and seemingly raped by him in The Killing Joke. So they are the perfect characters to fight alongside Batman in this 3 Joker story. I can't wait to see where the story goes from here. I have a lot of questions and I have a lot of theories. Like maybe because of all the crises that happened over the years in DC, Joker was somehow able to figure out how to keep each version of himself before the reset in continuity. Or again, maybe he's just making more versions of himself with Ace Chemical somehow. I don't know. There's so many ways this can go. One thing's for sure, we're going to continue to cover each issue of this 3-issue miniseries here on the channel. So keep your eyes peeled for issue 2. But as always, we want to know what you guys think. What do you think of 3 Jokers so far? Let us know in the comment section. And just like that, my comic comrades, that brings another episode of Variant to a close. But if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to check out this one right here. And if you like our content, be sure to subscribe, comment, and like. It helps us out. But I'll see you guys next time when I talk about all things comics.